One of the biggest reasons why Hillary Clinton lost the 2016 United States presidential election is because she was perceived to be stiff and not authentic. The second example, I wrote an opinion piece for a leading newspaper on why tennis superstar Novak Djokovic is not loved as much as Roger Federer, my favorite, or Rafa Nadal. In one line, I summarize the entire story as follows. Novak is trying to be Batman when he is actually Joker. His lack of perceived authenticity is primarily why he is not a fan favorite. You may ask, is storytelling only for CEOs? No, it isn't. It's meant for everyone. For corporate professionals, for entrepreneurs, for sports stars, for brands and marketeers, for actors, for sales professionals, for Gen Z professionals looking for their first job, for the chief experience officer or a CXO trying to pitch for the CEO's job, for aspiring politicians trying to get the president's or the prime minister's job, even for a terrorist trying to create global havoc, for authors like me, for professors teaching in business schools, and finally, the most importantly, for you. In fact, storytelling helps you deal with friends and those very nasty relatives. Although I'm not sure whether storytelling can land you your dream date, I wouldn't rule it out either. If you take a view over thousands of years, and we discuss this in a subsequent chapter, the reason you and I have survived the hazardous journey of human evolution is our ability to tell stories. We've survived over every other species because we could create these artificial mythical stories like the notion of countries, religion, and corporates. Please don't conclude that I don't believe in God. I do, especially when my increments at work are not up to the mark. So, what is a story? As a good, or a rather bad storyteller, I'm introducing the concept of a story after I have told you why it is so important. A story is what your grandmother narrated to you when you were younger. It often had the construct, like once upon a time, there was this monster trying to create a problem. Then there was this great hero who fought against all odds and beat the monster. For the nerds out there, and I'm sure there are quite a few, a story can be summarized in the following format. A conflict, followed by a struggle, followed by a resolution. We will consider this in detail in a subsequent chapter to understand how your favorite movies and your favorite web series are written in the above format. Who is Sandeep Das? That is, who am I? In case you haven't figured it out, I'm referring to myself, the author of this book, and the person's voice you're listening to right now. The reason you should listen to this book is not because I'm a great storyteller, but because I have done this every day at my place of work for the last 15 years. I've been trained in business storytelling and I've studied human insight and behavioral psychology for a long time. During my leadership role in management consulting, I used to interact with CEOs every day and have picked up nuances of good and even bad storytelling from them. This book is replete with those interesting anecdotes. I've spoken about business storytelling on over 100 platforms with leading CXOs across the Tata Group, Godrej, TCS or Tata Consultancy Services, Deloitte, Accenture Strategy, PwC, and so on. And to the best management students across the National University of Singapore, the famed Indian Institutes of Technology, and the Indian Institutes of Management, IITs and IIMs. And I've written over 100 opinion pieces in leading publications such as The Economic Times, The Times of India, Fortune, and Forbes on some of these nuances. Also, if you've read my previous book, Hacks for Life and Career, A Millennial's Guide to Making It Big, you are probably a fan already. I do like showing off my humility. How do you get the most out of this book? This book is not about academic frameworks, but real-world applications of storytelling techniques, irrespective of whether you are an entrepreneur, a brand manager, a Gen Z professional, a corporate sales professional,